Dress up your project with fabric-covered buttons. Use these snap-together button forms. We'll show you how to make them, then how to install them. To make a snap-together button form, take the fabric of your choice. Lighter fabrics work better than heavier fabrics, and cut it to about double the size of the outside diameter of the snap. That square piece of fabric will be folded once, then the other direction. Then we'll cut off the raw edges to make an arc, which makes a circle. At the bottom quarter, we'll display the time it takes to create this button form. We're using Sombrella furniture fabric. It's a fairly light material that makes it easier for us to use the snap-together button forms. Heavier materials like Naugahyde Universal can be a little bit more difficult to get them to bend around the corners, as you're seeing here. You can see Deb takes the material, folds it over on the two edges, making sure it's taut. Then she folds it over on the opposite two edges. There are little teeth in this button form that help to hold the fabric in place. But you can see here, as you watch the video, Deb's using her fingernails to tuck it underneath those teeth. She's working out any wrinkles as she moves around the total circumference of the button. Take your time here. Continue to work around the button, working out any wrinkles that you see around the perimeter, just by tucking the material. She works out any of these pleats, making the pleats fairly small. There obviously has to be pleats because it's a fairly tight circumference. But she'll get them all worked out so the button on the top side lays nice and beautiful. If your fingernails aren't very long, you could use a screwdriver. Some people prefer that. We'll show you that next. There, she's pretty much got it all set, ready to go. Okay, but let's show you first how we do it if we didn't have long fingernails. And sometimes I find this a little bit easier. Just take a standard screwdriver and just press the edges in underneath the teeth. That holds it right in place.
Ridge going
Here's
down.
the cover with the ridge facing in, and it snaps into place. Best way to snap it is to use a screwdriver and just apply pressure going around the circumference until it snaps. There, you hear one snap. There's the other. Now it's all in place. As you can see by the counter, it takes about 2 minutes to make each one of these button forms. They're made of nickel-plated brass. With a little bit of practice, hopefully you'll be smiling. Okay, let's show you how to install this in a chair. You'll need the button form, which we've already done. You need a washer, need a long hand needle, 10 to 12 inches in length, heavy-duty twine, and heavy cardboard, a little square of it. Okay, Deb takes the twine, make sure she has plenty, and then she'll take the button form,
thread it through the button,
and run it through.
bring your ends together. You want both ends through the needle.
Goes through the needle eye. This is a very old chair. We're just using it as a demo for this video.
You always want your tail shorter than this because you're going to pull your needle out. If you have this too long, you're not going to be able to get this pulled through. You got to make sure that that is.
We're using a 12-inch needle here. You can purchase those from Sailrite. Deb's using a yardstick to ensure that this button is exactly the same distance from the opposite side of the cushion where the other button is. Then just push the needle through the material, being sure you don't hit any wood or springs. Pushing the needle up and down, as Deb is doing here, ensures that we're not going to hit a piece of metal dead on and bend our 12-inch needle. Then we'll go to the back side and pull the needle right through. Take the needle off.
You can take this and push on it. If you want it to puff into your fabric and it doesn't, you can take this and just...
If you want the metal eye to sink into the material, just create a small hole in the fabric.
Okay, and then you want some kind of a heavy cardboard.
This is about a 3-inch by 3-inch square of heavy cardboard with a hole through the middle. Insert your heavy-duty twine through the hole. Push it up against the back side of the cushion.
Okay, now the washer split these apart.
Use any standard washer. This washer will be used to secure our slip knot.
Push it up to here. And untie a slip knot around the string that the washer's on. I'm trying to show it, but it's kind of hard to show it.
It's always hard to do something when you know that a camera's trying to get a good angle.
This. And then you just pull this tight. You want it snug, and then you want to look in the front to match. And make sure that these are the same.
How deeply you want your button to go into the chair is up to you. It's just a matter of pulling it more if you want it to sink more deeply.
Tie there.
Once you're satisfied, tie another knot or two.
And then you can do a figure 8 knot, anything that you want to that'll go up next to this washer to hold.
If this were a removable cushion, you could put another button form on the back side so that you could flip your cushion. The process is exactly the same.
That in the back.
If it were a removable cushion and it was not flippable, you could just use a heavy-duty button on the back side. That's all there is to installing a button form in an upholstered chair. I'm Eric Grant with Say Alright. Thanks for watching this video.